Hello and welcome, community, to SOMA Breath and our live power hour. I invite you all to turn your cameras on. Let's see all your beautiful faces. Get this on gallery view. And welcome to everybody watching us in the Zoom room and on YouTube. Everyone on YouTube, you're more than welcome to join us here in the Zoom room today to get up close and personal with our founder and the community for this live power hour, which is dedicated to our instructor training, because as our instructor training takes a transformation of its own, it's your last chance to grab the current prices and certify as a SOMA Breath instructor. So Niraj and Naik, the founder of SOMA Breath, is here with us to bring us all up to speed, to tell us about how the training has changed over the years and why we are doing something different very soon. And so Niraj, over to you. Welcome. I will just unmute. There you go. No. Yes.
Is that muted?
Yes, you're unmuted. Welcome.
Okay. Let me just check the mic. All right. Okay, I'm just gonna switch on this mic. Yeah. How's that? Is that better?
I think the other one was better.
The other one's better than my fancy mic?
Christine is also, yes, agreeing with me, yes.
What if I turn this up? What about now? Hello? 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 How's that?
That's okay. I think the other one was still better, but yeah.
All right, well, let's switch it to that one. How's that?
Yes, much better.
Okay. Wow, so that's strange. So my super fancy mic is not as good as the inbuilt mic.
Ways the way, isn't it?
That doesn't make sense. Okay, I'll have to fix that one. Okay, all right. So welcome everyone. It's been a while since I've been on this call with you all. So yeah, we have got some, as Wilma said, some transformations happening to our transformational coaching course. But before we start, I want to actually do a little exercise with you. I've been doing a bit more research, right? So you probably heard me talk a lot about nitric oxide and how we create nitric oxide through our different techniques. Who can tell me the techniques? Let's list off all the ways in SOMA Breath how we, in the chat if you want, produce nitric oxide. Humming, okay, great. Okay, it's the first one. Humming. Anyone else? Any other things other than humming? Nasal breathing, great. Any others? There's one more. We've already said that. That's humming. One more. There's one more way. And the question is, how do we produce nitric oxide? Through our techniques. Breath holding, brilliant. Someone's paying attention. But what kind of breath holding? What specific breath holding? Okay, someone just said intermittent, which they probably mean intermittent hypoxia. So basically, the breath holding technique in our daily doses and a lot of our breathwork journeys, which involves rhythmic breathing and holding your breath after well, for maximum effort. So you're actually able to hold your breath much longer than you normally can. Produces nitric oxide when you go slightly beyond the comfort zone. Okay. So whenever you reduce oxygen in your bloodstream for a bit, you produce nitric oxide. Okay. Now, what's the benefits of nitric oxide? Why do we want to make nitric oxide? Anti-inflammatory, opens air, blood pressure. Yep, that's called vasodilation and bronchodilation. Antimicrobial. Yep. Okay, good. All right, so we got people paying attention. That's good. Okay, so any exercise, any physical exercise, which is anaerobic, will also produce nitric oxide. So the way we do the yoga in SOMA Breath, the anaerobic exercises that we have, they will all produce nitric oxide. And it's considered like the miracle molecule in the body. It's very, very powerful stuff. And people who don't produce enough of it are more prone to diseases, especially diseases of old age when we stop producing nitric oxide in the same quantity as we do when we're younger. All right. So that's why it's a really good idea to have every day a routine where we're producing some nitric oxide. All right. Okay. So going back to what I was talking about, I've been doing some research. Actually, there is a frequency, all right, which if you humming was the first one that you all said. If you hum at this specific frequency, you produce the most optimum amount of nitric oxide. And that frequency is a range of 120 hertz, 130 hertz, which if you look on the keyboard scale, 128 hertz, which is in between those values, is a C note. C is the first note on a keyboard, actually, that we tend to, when we're playing music, we work with the middle C. But a low C of 128 hertz is the optimum frequency when we hum to produce nitric oxide. So, as SOMA Breath is all about music and we're very musical, I've actually made a track that we're all going to hum to for about 5 minutes right now, the same pitch. And you're going to just check in with yourself first, like, how do you feel now? And then after 5 minutes of humming. Should we do that together? All right, cool. So let me just cue this up. Okay. All right. So you're going to hear some instructions first, and then you're going to hum away with it. All right. So to hum, just to give you a little tip to do it properly, the emphasis should be on the sound, right? So you'll breathe in a full lungful of air, a yogic breath, which is into your diaphragm, then into your chest, filling up your full capacity of air. And then you're going to slowly make a hum sound with the longest note you possibly can, okay? Which is in the same pitch as the music, okay? So you're going to try and get the tuning right with this when you're doing it. And to do the hum sound, you don't even have to open your mouth. You just breathe in and you just go straight into the hum. What you're going to do is you're going to close your teeth, close your mouth shut. Your tongue should be, it can be sitting at the roof of your mouth, but you can also point your tongue towards this region here. This is what we want to vibrate, because you can send vibrations through your tongue. This is what we want to stimulate, and that's what produces the nitric oxide. Like that. All right. So let's give this a go. So sit comfortably all together. Get ready. Humming at a frequency of 120 to 130 hertz has been shown in various studies to create a dramatic boost in nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is antiviral, antibacterial, antimicrobial, and also a bronchodilator, vasodilator, helping to stabilize your blood pressure. It's also the most potent antioxidant that we make, and also an anti-inflammatory. So it has numerous different health benefits and is considered the miracle molecule for your body. But we can produce dramatic amounts of it by humming at this particular pitch in this sound that you're hearing right now, which is 128 hertz, which is also known as the Otto frequency, which is a low C note on the keyboard, and also has shown in studies to have remarkable health benefits and to be also very grounding, relaxing, stimulating also the vagus nerve, turning on the parasympathetic, invoking the healing response. That's right. So to do this session correctly, you can do this sitting up with your back straight in an upright position, but you can also do it lying down on your back with your arms by your side. So to begin, you will take a deep breath in through your nose into your diaphragm, doing a complete yogic breath, filling your lungs completely up with air, and then making a tone, not with force, but gently humming in the same pitch as the sound you're hearing now. You want to hold that tone for as long as you can. Usually most people can hold that tone for 20 to 30 seconds. You're fine. With practice, this time will increase. And then you want to repeat this over and over again for at least 5 minutes up to 15 minutes in 2 sessions a day. You can even then start increasing this time as you get used to this practice up to 30 minutes, which has been shown to give you an optimum boost of nitric oxide. That's right. Let's begin. After 3, 2, 1, coming back into full awareness, back into the present moment. All right. So how did that feel? Feels good? There we go. So somebody asked, will this be in the, every single track that I produce will go inside Big. So yes. So as long as you're signed up to Big, you will get this track to use with your clients. And much more as well, because we're going to be creating this app. So those of you who aren't instructors, this app's going to be coming out soon with a whole pharmacy of different breathing techniques driven by music, super powerful. So you have to tune into that whenever you want. And we're going to be making breath journeys at this pitch as well. So the meditation part, when you're holding your breath and humming, will all be in this key. So we're going to make some really powerful breath journeys like that. Amazing. Super cool. Loads of good feedback on that. Yes, yes. Okay. So let's get into what we're going to be talking about today then. So Wilma, do we have any specific questions related to anything else, or should I just go with the flow?
Go with the flow. It was for you just to explain why we're bringing about these changes, why we're giving the opportunity for instructors to join at the current prices, and then what the upgrade, what the plan is.
Yeah.
And also for anyone new here, why they should become an instructor right now.
Correct. Brilliant. Okay. So also, I'll give some opportunity for those of you who may have other questions at the end. We can, I'll stay on a bit and we can, see if I can help you with anything else. But what this call is specifically about is that we are really evolving SOMA Breath, okay? And let me just tell you a little bit about the logic about how we came up with this school that we've got and the different levels of training, okay? Because there's a lot inside SOMA Breath. There's so many different techniques, but there's a logical flow to why the course has been created how it is, okay? So firstly, I learned about breath work through the hard way of getting sick and then having to find a way to fix myself. And I found the breath was one of the most powerful tools that I had, that I used. However, it then led me on this amazing journey where I met all these incredible people. And it made me understand that the breath has actually so many amazing uses, from not just helping you with your physical health, your endurance, stamina, fitness, even longevity, right? But also you can turn on bliss states. You can create psychedelic-like effects. You can use it for trauma release, emotional release. And then also the fact that the breath is like a pharmacy. There's so many different pharmacy of applications of the breath. A lot of things you'd normally go to the doctor for or a pharmacist, you can actually use a breathing technique and get some of the results, before needing to take anything. And this can help you not be so dependent on medications, which is cool too. All right, and there's loads of science now that's backing all this up. So I wanted to make a course that actually reflects this understanding that we have, but not just like all the other breathwork courses out there, which is just all about the techniques, a bit of science, and all they're thrown together. And, and there's a lot of great courses out there, but I wanted to make a practice that people fall in love with. All right. Because one of the key things about being a pharmacist is that I learned as well in the pharmacy, and what pharmaceutical companies actually work really hard on is compliance. They know that for most drugs, you have to take them every day for them to actually work or have any kind of benefits. And one of the big problems with drugs actually is not because of all the side effects and all of that. That's not the only reason why there's problems with medications, but there's also this issue of compliance when I was a pharmacist, I used to sometimes do visits to people in the local community to clear out their old drugs. And you'll go to some people's homes where their cupboards are stacked, filled with drugs they've never taken, right? They're just left there. And my job as a pharmacist is to get people compliant, taking them, okay? I know, for my sins, this is what I used to do. But same thing goes with spiritual practices, wellness practices, exercise routines, diet, nutrition, all of these things. Unless you do it every day, right, you only get some of the benefits. And consistency is what makes these techniques really work. So I wanted to make a practice that is based on a lot of traditional values, but has the science and the wisdom of our new modern understanding of the breath, but also is fun, exciting, and enjoyable to do. And that's how I came up with the SOMA Breath journeys and daily doses, which is basically a stack of different breathwork techniques from pranayama that all has the purpose of improving your energy, your oxygen efficiency, and also give you this dose of nitric oxide and to improve your CO2 tolerance and all these wonderful things. I'm not going to go deep into science right now, but this one routine is also made fun and cool through the music, because also one of the main things about yogic breathing is the emphasis on rhythmic breathing. Rhythmic breathing has so many amazing benefits, but music has a rhythm to it. So when you breathe in a rhythm, okay, you actually can harmonize all the functions in the body, because every function in your body is subservient, and they're all rhythms subservient to the rhythm of your breath. All right. So that's why there's so much emphasis on rhythmic breathing in SOMA Breath. Okay. So with that said, what we've made is a course that takes you through a journey of really mastering the breath in all its forms. Okay. So we have different levels to the training. Now, what we've got right now is one core transformational coaching course that we created. Now, if you go through it, each step, I'm going to tell you what the levels are and logic behind it. You'll realize actually it's very, very, very comprehensive, but also goes way beyond breath work. Okay. It goes into somatic therapy. It goes into Ayurveda. It goes into creating coaching programs, lifestyle plans, because all of the factors in our life actually affects the breath. Okay. But it's very overwhelming. It really is like a PhD of breath work, really. All right. So level one, the first level of the training, was what we first created, which was what revolved around my routine that I created with rhythmic breathing, breath holds, that takes you on this incredible journey, right? Which has lots of profound benefits and can also take you into these psychedelic states, the longer journeys, right? So I was very successful at doing breathwork classes with large groups, and I got incredible results from it. I had so many people asking me, do you do a course in teaching how to do what you just did? Because I was literally blowing people's minds like all over the world. I was actually going on a bit of a tour around the world and getting incredible feedback. And I never thought I was going to ever create any kind of breathwork certification or course or school. That wasn't actually even my intention back then. But from demand, I got pushed into doing it. So the first level of training really revolved around our core, I call it the energized meditation routine, because it really is like an energized meditation. It's a breath-based meditation. So we call it breathwork meditation. But it gives you the benefits of meditation and breath work in a really fun, cool sequence that you can do, all right? So our level one training revolved around that. But there's so much more to it. And I realized actually in the world today, there's so many different problems regarding people's health. And one of the core ones is this problem of over-breathing and dysfunctional breathing. So I trained a lot with a Buteyko method, and I studied with Himalayan yogis who have really preserved this sacred knowledge of the breath, of pranayama. And And I had been seeing, just with private coaching clients I had, dramatic improvements in people with things like asthma, high blood pressure, and even just working with people on their fitness and stamina, my own fitness and stamina, I saw significant improvements when you correct breathing and teach actually more about what's healthy breathing, normal breathing, the kind of breathing you should do when you're not doing any techniques, right? So I added that component to the course. Okay. So that became like our kind of foundation course, level 1, which is now level 1. But the breath also is a therapy in itself, okay, when used in the right way. Longer breath journeys with faster rhythmic breathing techniques and bringing the body into it can be used for emotional release, trauma release, and a kind of changing perception of your events, of your life, from your past events or future events that might be causing anxiety, past events which may be holding you back with grudges and old emotions that are stuck and old memories that are stuck. So the breath is a very powerful therapeutic tool too. So I actually made an extra level, which was then became our breathwork certification, our master breath certification, which actually has functional breathing, which actually is, if you were to look at other techniques that are similar to this first level, is Buteyko, the Wim Hof method, and certain pranayama techniques. So this is kind of the level 1 training. But level 2 then goes into the more advanced breathing techniques, which revolve more around hyperventilation, controlled hyperventilation. So that's similar to things like holotropic, rebirthing, conscious connected breathing, all right? So I made a therapy version of our training with additional therapeutic breathing techniques that is like a pharmacy of different breathing techniques. So that became level 1 and 2. That became a comprehensive training. But then I realized that actually when people do breathwork sessions and things like this, okay, this is all comes from my own experience of being, a coach. A lot of things come up from breathwork sessions, okay? And I've been very fortunate that I've trained with some of the best therapists and NLP masters in the world, right? People have trained directly with the founder of NLP, Richard Bandler, and also Marissa Peer, world famous hypnotherapist. This is my circle of people I hang out. These are my friends. So I've learned like a lot of advanced therapy. So beyond breathwork, right? So that's how I've come up with, guided meditation scripts and stuff that forms layers over breath journeys that actually takes what we do to another level, because it's more like a trifecta of techniques: creative visualization technique, guided visualization, music therapy, and breathwork, all right? But then you do a breathwork session, a lot of stuff comes up. A lot of people's things that they may have suppressed, ideas about themselves or limiting beliefs about themselves, come to the surface. So I thought, well, instead of our instructors just kind of being helpless there and referring people for help, why not bring in some of my own experience to create what I call neurosomatic therapy? This can help people become more successful. It can help people break free of limiting beliefs, get over phobias, release old emotions that hold us back, stress, chronic stress, tension. So I added another layer, which became the neurosomatics. Here we have other practices that also involves the breath, like shaking, the SOMA Breath yoga techniques, and the emotional release technique, which is a very fast 10-minute way of releasing, emotions and memories that are holding people back, but also installing new beliefs, new power, new abilities, new ideas into people, right? So this became the neurosomatic part. This added the third layer. But then I didn't stop there, because I'm like, actually, what really people really to really solve someone's issue, like, and to become a long-term coach, you need to become a lifestyle coach, because it's the way of life, somebody's habits, their patterns, their behaviors, from the food they eat to the company they hang out with to the work that they're doing. We needed a coaching aspect to the training. But the best form of coaching, in my opinion, comes again from yoga, which is Ayurveda, the Vedic approach of creating, firstly, figure out who you are. And from figuring out who you are, you can then actually create a custom plan. And the Ayurvedic dosha method is, in my opinion, the most profound at doing this. So I added this whole component to it, which I also created a software for, which I've been testing with our current transformational coaches, and they've been telling me it's the best Ayurvedic software there is out there, and they really found a lot of benefits from doing it, and then it really made sense. So that became the coaching component. But it didn't stop there, because we have really powerful courses inside SOMA Breath. We have Breath Fit, which is a coaching protocol that's been tried and tested on thousands of people for functional breathing, for fitness, stamina, and normal healthy breathing for longevity and slowing aging. So we have that protocol. All right. Then we also have the 21 days. Like a lot of you may have already done these before. 21 days is an amazing 3-week deep dive into our core techniques that has incredible results as well. And we train our instructors on how to facilitate this. So we actually added in how to coach these protocols to and this is what became transformational coaching. I was like, this is beyond now breathwork instructor. It's really now more into the world of transformational coaching. Then there's another course that I made actually with the Shift Network, which is actually what I do with my private clients. Okay, and I'm actually going to be doing this all over again with our community, because I've really perfected it. I did it like a while ago with Shift, and I think it's 70% of how good it could be. Now it's like 100%. And this takes you through all of the imprints and programs that have created who you are today. So if you imagine you are like a super biocomputer with an operating system and a hard disk, this shows you through all the levels of imprinting how you've been programmed, how to reprogram it, right from the earliest imprints, which is the first imprint when you're born and in the womb, up to like your going through your whole course of your life, from becoming a toddler, interacting with other people, your father, then your third imprint being your school that you go to, the language and the knowledge that you kind of consume at school. And then the fourth imprint is when we go through puberty and we experience sexual energy for the first time. So this creates our sense of self, a sense of ego. And I have this framework, which is really powerful. I've been using this on these like very, very amazing coaching clients I've been fortunate to have, who are like CEOs of top companies. And, even I've got some like professional athletes who are all doing this coaching program with me and getting amazing results. So that I'm going to be doing with the new transformational course group that we are going to be launching soon. So basically what we have now is a very deep training, which is the full transformational coaching. It involves the foundation in breathwork, complete foundation in breathwork with a variety of different techniques, not just one technique, because many other schools just teach one technique and that's it. Like usually conscious connected breathing, that's it. We have all of the different, like most powerful techniques that are science-backed inside our training. But we also have the therapy side, so the breath therapy, using the breath as a therapeutic tool, okay, with guided visualization techniques, guided imagery, hypnotic language. And then we go into the neurosomatic, bringing the body into it, right, into transformation, which is where you get the really profound changes. And then all the way up to Ayurvedic system, and our coaching protocols. So our full transformational coaching course is so powerful, so deep, and takes a long time to do. So I decided what we need to do is change the way we teach it and the way to do it. So what I'm going to be doing now is more putting my personal time and effort into training transformational coaches, right? But it doesn't mean that you can't do anything else within SOMA Breath, because what we're going to be doing now is making it easier for you to become a breathwork instructor, but then with the ability to choose how you want to specialize. Once you've got the core foundation of breathwork, maybe you want to go more into therapy. You can, instead of paying for everything and doing the whole training and having lots of different things that you might not want to do, right? You can go and specialize in the module on breath therapy. Or maybe you want to go into the ecstatic dance. We'll have a module on that. Maybe you're a yogi and you want to get more into the yoga aspect. You can do that one. And you can then progress at your own pace throughout all of the training. Or you can choose to be a transformational coach, go with the full program, and I'm going to create a structured program where I'll be personally, once you've done the first 2 levels, I will be stepping in and doing a lot of advanced training with our group, with a retreat, which I'll bring the transformation coaches to an epic location. Maybe we'll do it, repeat it several times in the year. So if you can't make the first one, you'll be able to go to another one. And that way, we have a roadmap for everybody, depending on how deep you want to go in SOMA Breath. But our core curriculum is going to be focused, obviously, at the front on our core technique, our SOMA Breath daily doses, energized meditation routines, and the breath journeys. So we're going to be, because I can only do so many transformative coaches. We're very close to getting the first threshold of the amount of people I can take. That's why we're doing one last push, okay? So everyone who's already doing the transformational coaching course will all be brought into this new program, okay? So if you're already doing that, all good. You don't have to change anything. You have to do anything new. It's all good. So this will be the last time we'll be selling the transformation course at the price it is right now, because then I've added so much to it. It's just unfair. It's actually unfeasible to keep it at the price it is, because it takes so much more behind the scenes work to deliver this training. Just to create that software alone has cost a lot. Like, trust me, it's ridiculous. If you knew how much it costs just for the tech. So this is how we're going to be doing it. And I'll open up to questions, because I could just ramble on and on. So it's better if I ask and get some specific questions from you, and then we can go deeper on that.
So does anybody want to actually put a question to Niraj yourself, rather than writing it in the chat box? Tamina, would you like to unmute?
Hi, good morning. Thank you for doing
Hi,
this.
Tamina. Yes.
So a couple questions. First of all, thanks for creating this. You know how I feel about the breath work and everything, and how tremendous it has been with all the instructors. So I have a different vision for myself. One, I want to really master everything that you have taught. But I see myself more as being like a facilitator, holding a retreat, not necessarily myself doing the breath work, but maybe having other instructors. So what would be the best path?
So you're saying you want to run retreats, did you say?
Yeah,
and bring
I
in
see
other
that.
instructors. So like more like a kind of
What's the facilitator like? Certification. Yeah.
Producer.
Yeah. That's
So
where
this
I
is
see
really
myself, where I'm comfortable at now.
No, it's a
That could
brilliant
change,
question.
but that's where I see.
Excellent question, because there were 2 types of people. there are the ones who are really good at organizing things and bringing people together and marketing and enrolling people and all that stuff. It's a different skill set from being an actual instructor. And not everyone, so an instructor is going to go more deep into science, the techniques, and be really good at working with groups of people and all of that. Now, it's not often that the two work together very well. Like, as in you'll find that like people are really good at both things. Quite often it's one or the other. Like even with SOMA Breath, I've had to create a team. This wouldn't work if I didn't have the team. So I totally get what you're saying, because there is a huge room and we need more of this, actually, I would say. Like more people who can bring really cool events together and be able to bring the people to it, so that you can then hire instructors or partner with instructors to build a business together. That is actually really cool. And you've just opened up something here that is the opportunity to be a producer, like SOMA Breath producer. So somebody who produces the events, retreats, classes, and all this stuff. All right. So I don't know the exact what we call it, but
organizer.
All right, well, let's
organizer.
Let's make it a flagship program.
Yeah, it's like a business. It's an event organizer, and but it's not just that. You could actually be like Gary is my left brain, right? I actually had to do everything myself in the early days, and I did all right at it. But having somebody who just does that really helps. So Gary, that's kind of Gary's role in our business, especially in the early. Now there's a few of them that we've got, and I actually recommend every instructor who isn't good at marketing and building their own business to partner with somebody who is more business minded, because this is a business. You have to think of it like a business. So you've actually made me really think of something here, that there is a space for a producer or organizer training. So let me have a think about that.
All right, that sounds
maybe
great.
That will be an add-on module, but you see, you don't need to know really anything about breath work. Really, you just need to be able to you just need a passion for breath work. You just need to have a passion for the techniques of transformation.
And that I've had, because I've experienced it personally, like profoundly, deeply. It's like my religion. I could not do, you talked about, it's important to do it daily. So the last 4 days I couldn't do it. I had family that was visiting, but I felt the difference, so I like stacked this morning and last night, like I did Fridays, I did Saturdays. And when I stack, it's amazing what you can, experience. But I also do feel like to complete my healing journey that I'm on, I have to create my own meditation to bring me full circle.
Yeah.
So I have two paths.
Cool.
But I'm really excited about bringing it and partnering with people. I see myself more doing that. Like you're welcome.
And where are you based?
I'm in Florida. I'm in Southwest Florida.
Oh, great! Because we need a summer, a place in America where we can do things all year round.
Let's do it.
We've got Denver, but I think Florida is the next logical place.
Yeah, let's find I've been searching for a spiritual place too, some place that's like spiritual, and there's retreats, and I sell real estate, so it all kind of comes together.
So if you're really keen to explore this, then me and you will jump on another call together.
I'm so excited. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Cool.
Okay.
Any other questions?
You have no idea. You've just made Tamina's day, because this is her dream, is to organize a SOMA Breath event, and she's just been waiting till when our retreats are in America, she could do something. So and the fact that you sparked an idea for Niraj is just goes to show, Niraj, what you were saying about how the course just keeps building and building and building, and you've just done it right here on the live. It's sort of another component to throw in, and because you listen to the community as well, right? So amazing. So glad for you, Tamina. Your dream,
big heart.
working towards your dream. Tammy, you have a question. Would you like to jump on here? Would you like to unmute?
But just before
Tammy?
that, I just want to, like, Lisa asked a question that's very important
Yes.
to answer right now,
Saw that.
just for anyone who's confused about the business and marketing training in SOMA Breath already. We do have that, actually. We do every month business building training on Big. If you're a member of Big, every month we have, and we got stacks of replays as well of marketing training. I've done some of them. Gary does a lot of them. And we're going to be bringing in guests. So we do that, we do provide that, but you still have to become an instructor first to get to that point. All right. Okay, carry on.
Thank you, Niraj. Tammy, would you like to jump on?
Yes. Can you hear me okay?
Yes,
Yes.
we can.
Okay, beautiful. I always have to ask that because of that one time when you couldn't hear me. So yeah, I am right on board with Tamina there. That's my biggest dream. And I know, you know, when dreams are so big, they scare the crap out of you. And that's the dream. It just frightens me. But I know that this is, you know, doing breath work and training and being the storyteller that I am. But my thing is I want to be a traveling breathwork instructor and go from different state to state around the United States and bring it to everybody in a live group in a big venue, whether it's renting a hotel space or a convention area or outdoors in a park, or, you know, something to where just marketing it to for people in states to have a live breathwork experience. And if it's just one day, get everybody there, and then I would travel to the next place. So yeah, so that would be my goal, to get out and find different venues to travel around and teach breathwork and SOMA.
Okay, awesome. Well, interesting you say that, because I noticed recently there's a guy, like, hats off to him, who's literally, like, what you're talking about is becoming a total rock star, the new age spiritual rock stars, right? Of going on a tour around America, right? And doing,
Yes,
like,
I think
big sessions with, you know. So what this guy does,
yes.
he's already doing it, is about 100 to 200 people at a time in hotel convention centers, in their rooms. He rents them out and he's filling them. He's so popular, right?
Yes.
And actually all he's doing, it's really simple. He has a website that he sells tickets for each date. He probably schedules them all in advance. You can see that they're like the Hilton, the Ritz, you know, they're all like traditional hotel.
I did one of those with I think you're thinking of the same person. He did a traveling, and I attended one this past July, and it was incredible. But it wasn't SOMA, but it was a great experience. And I was like, this is it, but I'm going to add this to SOMA Breath. And the room was packed and people were bawling and shaking and excited. And I'm like, I can do this. I can do this.
Was it Vitali?
Yes.
Yeah, like, respect to that guy. He's doing an amazing job. He's literally like becoming like a rock star. So I had a plan to do that before COVID happened, but then America shut everything down, so we shelved it. But I would love to see our instructors doing it. Like, instead of me being the first one to do it, I'd love to see, like, you doing it, right? And it's not that difficult. All he's doing, like, he's not that known. Like, not many people know of him, but he's packing out these classes. So all he does is he drives Facebook ads to a web page that sells tickets for his events, and he just has all of the benefits and a bunch of testimonials. Now, you've got all of our testimonials. You can use any of our marketing materials. You could easily create something like, if you don't know how to do it, you could actually partner with somebody, you know, or find somebody who has understanding of internet marketing. But with just Facebook and learning internet marketing process, which we do teach you on some of these calls, and maybe I'll do one of the marketing calls to reverse engineer this, because I see it's very simple. I think you can easily be selling them out.
Yes, that would be the goal. And so I don't have the marketing experience. I have, the people, experience and the storytelling. So I would definitely, and I'm in the Midwest, so finding somebody to connect with, and like Tamina's in Florida, like we could all just do a big
Yeah.
circle.
Well, Tamina, do you
So
have marketing experience? Online marketing?
Yes, I do. I actually have an ad agency that runs my stuff for me, but yeah, I'm
Oh,
very
wow.
well
So there you go. You two could partner and, like, just do the maths. If you get 100 people paying, like, I know he's charging 100, up to $200, right? So,
yes.
that's what, 100 times 100 is what, 10 grand in one hit. And he's doing it
Oh, yeah.
every day for a month.
Yeah, I
Nice.
did the math, and I think he made like $800,000 in like 32 days.
Yeah, and I would say the profit margin is probably going to be about 30%. So
Yeah,
not bad.
right. Yeah. I
But
mean,
you can make a decent amount.
exactly. And more
And change our
importantly,
lives. Change a
that's
lot of
it.
lives.
Just waking people up and helping them connect to their inner being. And, so many people are going outside to find the answers. Like, what's wrong with me? Why am I this? Why am I that? And, what's wrong with those people? And with Soma Breath, it just allows you to go inside and really get the answers that are personal and just for you, your personal answers. And
Yeah.
you never goes wrong when you go in the inside.
Yes. And don't you feel that, like, with our Soma Breath journeys, you could create the same level of excitement and powerful results as this person's class you went to?
Absolutely. Yeah. The more people that we wake up and help them heal, the better our planet is. We
Yeah.
can't have a healthy planet, just one, dozen of us. We have to help the others so that we can all be in harmony. And it's the missing factor with human beings is we don't know how to harmonize with each other. And Soma, I think if we just more direct it to Soma, so much more than what it is,
Yeah.
then we can help facilitate people to love life and to love who they are uniquely and individual as they are.
Amazing. I love it. Well, do it. Make it happen.
Yes, I
Got
feel
it.
it.
Okay, well, now you're inspired. Go and take action on that.
Exactly.
Amazing. I
And
love
it's
it.
amazing to watch the energy between you and Tamina on screen.
Yeah.
Like, you can already see the connections are being made, and that's what this community is about as well. And I hope that you ladies have really opened up. So I can see people's brains are like coming into gear, the connections they can make, people they know. What Niraj, you said was so important about being an instructor. You might not necessarily have all the marketing. The marketing person can't be the instructor. And so you look for someone to complement you. You can go really far. We're going to see loads of posts coming out with our instructors doing stuff out there. It's really good. Lisa, thank you to Tammy. And Tammy's got her microphone because she's training to be an instructor. And so she's getting the sound right. So, Tammy, well done. Lisa, would you like to join us? Unmute, please, Lisa.
Sorry about that. I'll try and thank you. I appreciate it. I just wanted to say that Soma has changed my life so much. I was sent over here from Emily, and I got the membership for the year, and so I've been going to all the breathwork, and it's just been so phenomenal. And I've dabbled in other breathwork companies, and so I definitely want to do training. I think this is. I just learned less than a year ago about we're not our stories and all these things. Like, this has blown my mind that you can actually live a completely different way. And I just think everybody needs to know this. So I just wanted to say thank you.
You mean Emily Fletcher?
Yes.
Oh,
beautiful
sweet.
Emily.
Yes,
I love her so much. He told me, go over and meet him. I'm like, okay.
Nice.
So here I am. But anyway, I more just wanted to say thank you. And I'm definitely interested in the training. I need an entire new life for myself right now. I've lost 8 people, and I'm living in a hotel, and I'm like, really, I'm at a place in my life where basically I can either go into a mass depression or I can say, oh my gosh, I get to create a whole new life. And that's what I'm choosing. So
Nice.
I'm moving towards you if you will welcome me, and we'll see what happens. But I'm so thankful for everything. Your membership is amazing.
Oh, brilliant.
It was
That's great.
so worth it. It was scary to dive into that, being in the situation I am, but I felt like I needed it and it saved me. Thank you. I
Wow.
love
I love that.
Oh, so much, so much. So, um,
I love
so
that.
I know we're at the end of the hour, so I have way more questions than we have time for. So I will come back around and investigate as whatever you're presenting and watch it again on YouTube.
Okay.
But
But if you have any questions about the training, go for it. But don't worry, we've got time.
okay, well, basically, I'm kind of an A to Z person, so I haven't really seen it much. I've just been doing the membership. So, you have to travel because you said you have to go to a destination for the training eventually.
No. So the retreat is always better to learn the advanced techniques
Yes.
to really experience them. So I'll be doing them in different locations. So you'll get a ticket to it. It's not compulsory that you go to it, but for the more advanced stuff, when you go beyond the breathwork stuff, it's better you come to one of my retreats, right? Like I recommend everybody who's doing the course in any form, wherever they're at least go to one SOMA Breath retreat in your life, whether it's an instructor training retreat or one of the transformational retreats like we just did in Austria, because it will really open your mind to how powerful this stuff is. But it's not like a compulsory thing, but you're way off from that anyway. That'll be much further down the line for you.
Yeah, I'm kind of an all-in person. So if I go level 1, I'm going to want to go all the way.
Yeah.
And okay, so and also I'll go back and watch the YouTube because I was a little late this morning. I caught this at the last minute. Yeah, and the rest of it is I can do online at this point, 1 and 2, level 1 and 2.
Everything
Okay,
else is done online. We have mentors who do it through Zoom, and it's like you feel like you're in a retreat anyway, because it's a virtual retreat.
Beautiful. No, I love it. I love it. And all of the music that you've created has been amazing. Okay, well, I apologize. I was half asleep and I said, oh my goodness, it popped up on my phone. So I'm not as prepared as I would like to be. So I will definitely come back around, but I know it starts soon. And I'm so grateful for you to give me this moment of time and to meet you. Thank you.
Of course. My pleasure.
Okay.
Thank you,
My
Lisa.
pleasure.
Lisa, I've dropped the link for the instructor training so you can check it out. And you don't have to worry because if you're in the membership, the replay will go in there anyway in less than 24 hours. So nothing to worry about, okay? But it will stay up on YouTube for a while as well. So somebody's put in the name Witalij Martin. Have I said it right?
Yeah.
You're talking about, someone was just asking about that. So thank you, Lisa. So any questions, I've already given you my contact as well, and then I'll put you in touch with who you need to get in touch with. I thought maybe it would be quite a nice idea as well to actually hear from some of our instructors, because we've heard from you saying how amazing it is, but maybe it would be nice for an instructor if they'd like to put their hand up. I know I had quite a few people saying they'd turn up today to vouch for us. And so Sarah, you're a newbie, so why don't you tell us about your experience? You want to unmute and join us here? Brilliant. That's it.
I think I'm unmuted. Okay.
We're unmuted, yes.
Yes, I recommend it to everyone. It's totally changed my life. Like, it's so exciting and fun and just joy-filled. And I was somebody who was like bogged down by like overthinking and anxiety, maybe some depression, and just like my life is like awesome now because of SOMA Breath. Like, and probably one of the best parts is just that being in the instructor program, it gives me accountability to like do my own self-practice of the SOMA Breath techniques. Like, I don't think if I wasn't in the instructor training that I would be doing it as much as I am. Like, it's totally awesome. It's an incredible program. It's really well laid out. There's so much help available. It's nice to connect with other instructors. And it's so exciting. Like, I feel like I'm living a life that fits me now, and like, it's completely awesome. So
Wow.
yeah, I totally recommend it.
Great feedback. Thank you so much. Yeah, this
Mhm.
is a way of life. What we're teaching here is literally a way of life. Like, what do you do when you wake up till what you do before you go to sleep? It's everything. That creates a new way of life that is more harmonious with yourself and with your environment. So it's just nature. It's just bringing us back to nature. Actually, that's all it is, really. Because we became so disconnected from nature through the industrialization of the world that we've forgotten about the simple things that make us blissful and happy. So SOMA Breath is just going back to our roots. You know, that's all it is. But done in a cool way, like fun way with the music. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Did you have anyone else want to share anything?
Yeah, there's a lineup we have of instructors. How do I choose which
So
one?
much.
Whoever puts their hand up first gets to come on. Nigel, okay, Nigel's put his hand out and I spotted you. So would you like to unmute? Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you so much. Hey.
Hello. Hey.
Bro.
Hi. Yeah, I would also like to kind of for this education and this level of training that I've had as well. I've been working with clients, people just in person for over 20 years. Mostly with people coming in with bad backs and you know, issues with their mobility or their flexibility or, you know, problems. There's always been that component that I felt was missing from my kind of one-to-one work, and I kind of started with a lot of people start with some Wim Hof breathing, myself personally, and then when lockdown happened in 2020, I enrolled in SOMA Breath, and it was straight away instantaneous that knowing that this was what the kind of missing link was, or the secret sauce that was missing from this, because I was having people coming in and saying they were, you know, having back issues or hip issues, but then you actually start to listen to them speaking and conversing with you and realize it's more than just a bad back or a bad hip or a bad knee. This is because they're not sleeping right, or because they've got fears that because they're losing their mobility, they're actually going to lose their identity, you know. So the nervous system was overly activated, it was agitated. So learning more about the, you know, I always knew about the nervous system dominances, but actually learning to have the application through the breath and through that, finding out how to reduce the nervous anxiety, and actually watching people going from coming in the first session saying that they were just so sore and they were looking for core stability, looking for, you know, how to sit properly. It's, you know, it doesn't matter. It's nothing to do with that. It's your overactive mind, and this is what's keeping you in a state of tension and anxiety. And then understanding that, getting them onto the HRV analysis, and then showing them results, and then showing them little specific, very easy, simple techniques about breathing out longer than your inhale, and people walking out, coming back in the next week and saying that within that first week they had a 90% reduction in their back pain or their shoulder pain or their neck pain or whatever it was. I mean, that's just transformational. And that application, it just, for me, it finished off the compass. Like, what was missing from this compass, what was missing from this circle, or the missing pie wedge, and what it was this accessing the nervous system. I can rub somebody's back and I can trigger point their back muscles, but actually what was going to help that was what they did at home, or what they did, how they took back the control over their life and didn't get so triggered by emotions. You know, there's a whole big science into that at the moment. Yes. From a guy called O'Sullivan, who's this American, Australian guy, who basically says at some point somebody has told you that you can't bend forward and touch your toes because it's going to cause your back pain. But then you get this person lying on their side and tell them to curl up in a ball, and they curl up in a ball. So why can you do it lying on your side, but you can't do it standing up? Because at some point, somebody has told you, person of authority, that you're incapable of doing that. You need to put yourself in a protection mode. And actually what they needed was to move more freely and to be allowed to not be triggered and be reacted to this overactive, anxious mind that they had created from this fear of being in back pain for the rest of their life. They actually became more immobile from this poor education that they had gotten from a professional or a doctor or another person, a therapist. So it was this combination of several interventions, several modalities that really nailed it for me, and continues to nail it for me from now on. So without that, without that added little secret sauce there, my interpretation and understanding and working through that has just gone, skyrocket.
I love it. So cool, man. I love to hear that stuff.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
it just proves everything that Niraj said about how everything is linked, because there's a sense to it, and it's nice to hear from our instructors. And we have some questions in the chat box, but I have like loads of instructors' hands up who did want to say something. So I'm actually going to ask you guys to unmute and just bring you on with Niraj here. And maybe Niraj, maybe you can ask them to say one word about the training that they think is amazing, because they all have something to say about how wonderful. Anyone else want to join? Just put your hands up and unmute. Everybody's unmuted. So they're all for you there, Niraj. I'm looking for anyone else who wants to join us. I know Piotr was here somewhere as well. Piotr, you didn't put your hand up, but join us. Okay, there you go.
But first, just want to just acknowledge Nigel for creating results like that. It's not just the training, it's the fact that he is putting into action, right? There's all this knowledge out, that we've got in the course, but unless you actually do something with it, you don't see results. But he's actually seriously put this into action. So respect to that. And who else wants to make results like that, have testimonials like that, stories like that, healing back pain in a week? Who else? Put a yes in the comments, or jump up and down and go crazy. I'm sure you all do. Yes. All right. Of course. All right. So let's hear it, a little round of each person. Just say one line about the course, one sentence or two, if you can't fit it. All right,
two max. Okay.
Yeah, go for it. Who wants to speak first? Let's go with Simon first.
Phenomenal and an amazing community. I was lucky enough to go on a London course with Nigel and a few other people, and it was just an amazing experience, and it's been a great journey so far.
Amazing. Simon actually did a really cool video to show himself off doing breathwork classes. It's really inspiring. And there's another thing, is the community, is how everyone supports each other. And it's definitely one of the people who puts in a lot of effort into that. So much love for that. Jessica.
An amazing course, so much more in depth, so much of the science that I think is so integral within our society to allow people to understand what's going on with them, and just so grateful. It's an amazing course, and I encourage anyone to, if they're feeling curious, to go ahead.
Amazing. Thank you so much. I love it. Yeah, the science is important in this day and age. If you want to cross over and if you want to reach people, we can't just be using flowery, woo-woo language. We have to bring it down to hard facts. So that's why it's a very big, there's a lot of science in there, Cool. All right. Marlena?
Hi. Yeah, for me, it's in my 15 years of therapy, it's the last puzzle that is making my work so makes me so joyful, because I know that I have a set of tools, and SOMA is one of the best tools that I have with me. And I have to say that I've done the transformational retreat in Italy, south of Italy, and I'm doing another one now. There's lots of people joining me, mainly because of the SOMA and how it was. The feedback that I had was absolutely amazing, and the transformation that was done there was on another level. So I'm doing another one in 2 weeks and another one in May. So I know that people need this, and I'm very, very grateful that I have this tool that helped me first, because I discovered SOMA after my father died. And then I'm able now to share it with everyone else. So thank you very much.
I love it. This is exactly what I'm talking about. So, all right. So here's the thing. If you get trained in SOMA Breath, right, with the techniques, because of the wow factor. So here are three things that if you're going to train in anything, right? If you want to be a coach or a healer, whatever you want to call yourself, there's three fundamental things you need to have to stand out, because there's so many coaches now. There's so many instructors of different stuff. You need a wow factor. You need a technique that blows people's minds, that creates results, which makes you go, holy fuck, how did that, sorry. What just happened, right? So you need that wow factor. Two, you want to get to the core of people's problems. Okay. Breath does that because it's how we produce energy in the body, right? So everything is energy. So you fix the way people produce energy, it makes a huge difference, right? So that's the second. Third one is it needs to be fun and enjoyable to do. As I said, the compliance thing, you need to do it every day, and you're not going to do it every day if it's boring. All right. I've learned that the hard way. You know, like there's a lot of techniques out there. A lot of them are quite boring to do and monotonous, and you don't stick to it. So to create a great routine, you want to do something that you look forward to doing. So that's what we do. With SOMA Breath, we make techniques that are fun and exciting and cool to do. So they're the three things you want to look out for if you're going to do anything, any kind of course, training, anywhere. All right. Thank you. And that's why Marlena's now filling out her retreats, which has always been my big wish, is people, because of word of mouth, they keep getting more and more clients. There we go.
Yeah,
All right.
it would be interesting to know where everyone on the screen right now, I think each person is from a different country or does sessions. I know Nigel's in Scotland. Marlena, where are you?
So I'm, sorry, I'm just unmuting myself. So I'm in Cheshire. So that is south of Manchester. But I do now regular retreats in Puglia in Italy. But originally I'm from Poland. I don't live there since 20 years, but I'm from there.
I thought there was an Eastern European, there was an accent there. So I didn't expect you to say England. But anyway.
Yeah.
So we have Scotland, we have UK via Italy via Poland. Jessica, where are you?
Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka, amazing. Cindy, America.
I'm in California, US.
Nice. So Cindy, what's your message?
So I was going to say, I've been with you guys for a couple years. I also halted my autoimmune disease. I think I've shared this before. I found SOMA kind of in my health journey, but it's been life enhancing for sure. And it kind of brought everything together that I was practicing, and then gave me the gift of breath work and meditation, which I didn't really have a practice. And I resonated with what somebody said about it holds you accountable being in the instructor's program, but not just that, the practice itself. If I miss a day, I feel it. And I come home and I do one before I go to bed, because I start every morning 20 minutes without fail. And I feel it if I fail. It's awesome. I recommend it to everybody. I'm in the transformational program, getting ready to book my call with my mentor, and super excited to be on this journey. I love it.
And do you mind saying like what the autoimmune was, like the condition?
Multiple sclerosis.
Oh, wow.
And my doctor told me when he diagnosed me in 2017 that if I didn't address it, I'd be in a wheelchair in 10 years. I went in for a follow-up MRI this past June, and he said, whatever you're doing, keep doing it, because you've had zero progression.
Amazing.
And I refused pharmaceuticals because I didn't think I needed them. And apparently I didn't. So.
Wow. I love this. This is so cool.
Powerful stuff.
Thank you so much, Cindy. Epic.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Niraj, before we just move on, can we just take this question from someone on YouTube? Because we've gone over the hour and they might leave. They're asking, with this modular approach that you were talking about, if they only want to start with the foundation, should they wait for the new courses that are coming out, or they should sign up already?
You can, it will be easier and cheaper now than later. So now will be the best time to get involved. Now is always the best time. Come on. Like if you leave it for another month, there's another month you're going to wait before you become certified in this practice, and you're gonna regret it. You're gonna, like most people I speak to, they wish they, and myself included, wish I knew this stuff 10 years before I did, because I'd be totally on another level of crushing it right now. So I recommend everybody doesn't wait. There's never the right time. Now's the time. There is no right time ever. Right.
And so during this week, you can grab the instructor training at the price it's at right now before prices go up. So if you're feeling it, do something about it. And also we have had 2 people asking comments. One says that they want to start later on in life. Another person said that they're a farmer and don't really know how to, if this is their thing. And I guess if we asked everybody in the room right now, or the instructors looking at us right now, you all had different jobs before, right? That had nothing to do with, Niraj couldn't be any more different from what he was doing. It was still in the health industry, but completely the opposite, right? From giving pills to people to now teaching us how to live and be well without them. And I think everybody on the screen has done something different. You weren't already in that kind of mindset, were you? It was a completely radical change for you guys, and you really are passionate about it, which is why you're bringing in the amount of people that you do and getting these results. So I think that's just a testament in itself to everything that you said. So who's that? Marie, you haven't spoken yet. Do you want to unmute?
Hello.
Hi.
It's funny you bring up working in healthcare. That's what I do. I'm actually at work right now. I'm a clinical trials oncology nurse. I'm in the depths of pharma, which I actually really appreciate Niraj's story and talks about. And I've done this in my entire career, helping patients empower themselves and embody like what they're able to do. And that's what I appreciate of SOMA Breath versus I think all the other breathing techniques. It's all about accessing your inner pharmacy that we all have. While I love like the emotional release, that is just such a small part of it. And I really love what SOMA does, is embracing the power that we have within our body that I've seen in my career. But I love that I have more tools to be able to help people access that part of them.
Amazing. I love it, Marie. Beautiful. Thanks for that feedback. And actually, I want to know what your results are if you ever do go down the oncology route with breathwork.
I mean, I haven't done it with any patients, but I can tell you just before I even had SOMA, like I used breath with my patients all the time, just for pain management. Because there were so many times like we'd have patients that couldn't get pain meds because of whatever procedure they had. And I would sit with patients and help them breathe. Like that's what attracted me to using breathwork, because it's something I've used my entire career. And it definitely does help, at least with that. And that's just without even having these techniques in my tool belt now. So,
well, cancer is actually caused somewhat by low body tissue oxygenation. So hypoxia cells, not the bloodstream, but the body tissue cells. It's correct slow breathing, rhythmic slow breathing, and also controlled breath holding techniques raises CO2 that gets oxygen to where it needs to be. And that can actually have a cancer protecting effect. Maybe it's not going to cure all types of cancer, but it can definitely help with certain situations, I'm sure. And prevention, for sure.
Yeah,
right.
Definitely.
Thank you, Marie.
Yeah.
Marie, all those who are asking about their jobs and what they're doing right now, and if SOMA Breath is suitable for them, what I can suggest is drop you the link for our Facebook group so you connect with other members from our community and actually ask them, and also to book the discovery call and talk it through with the agent that you get, and talk to them about, you want to become an instructor, but this is your job, and if it's right for you. Okay, so I'll drop those links in as we head on over to Piotr. 2 sentences. I don't know if you're capable of just 2 sentences.
I'll try. I'll try. It has been the greatest gift that I've ever given myself in my entire life. It's been a game changer. From the moment that I've made that decision to buy the transformational coach, I have gained a community, a family. I have gained friendships that are just, I mean, I know all of you guys. I mean, from the membership to the live sessions on so amazingly hosted by Wilma every Sunday, to meeting Niraj in person so many times, then finally giving myself a gift to go to the retreat as a participant and then to facilitate at the retreats. Guys, this is like, it doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are, who you are. It doesn't matter. What I do love about this is that you realize that you can help another person connect with their breath, with the inner pharmacy that we all possess, because we've all just been completely disconnected. And once you realize what Lisa beautifully mentioned, that we are not our stories, that if we start seeing that these stories are actually not us, we can reprogram, we can take all the subconscious, we can play with it in a fun and amazing way. So Niraj, Wilma, Nigel, Claudia, Cindy, Jessica, honestly, we're part of this beautiful tribe together. And I just want to say big thank you. If some of you are next week in Barcelona, Niraj doesn't know this yet, on the beach at Barceloneta, sunrise, SOMA Breathwork, 200 people are showing up. You will have videos and footage to be used. Next Wednesday, 6:30 a.m., sunrise, Breathwork, SOMA Breath at the beach in Barceloneta, because we need to give back the energy to beaches, to mother nature, and to people around us as well. And it's beautiful to be able to have that gift and be able to use it. So thank you all. Thank you, Niraj, once again.
Yeah, love it.
That was a good 2 sentences. That was very good.
I'm getting shorter with these. I'm really trying to quick, go. Mwah. Thank you all.
That sounds like something I want to go to.
You should.
I think we were all
Next Wednesday.
a ticket.
Barcelona, you're more than welcome. Big family hug.
Nice. Cheers,
Thank
brother.
you, Piotr. And
Thank
last
you.
but not least, let's go to Laura, and then we'll take some questions. There's a few questions coming. Laura, could you unmute, please? And we've been asking everyone 2 sentences, but I don't think that's possible.
No, I don't think it is when it comes to
training.
SOMA. God, I'm sure everybody has more or less said the same thing, but absolutely the best thing that I ever did. And I still remember my phone call with Niraj and thinking, oh my God, I'm actually speaking to Niraj. And I was in my kitchen and he was like, well, why wouldn't you do it? And I remember thinking, I don't know. Just because I was scared, that was the only reason. So being vulnerable is the biggest gift that you can give yourself. If you can do that and step out of your comfort zone, the most amazing things happen with SOMA Breath. Like at the weekend, I held an epic event and I stood there thinking to myself, this is it. This is it. This is everything that I'd manifested as well and beyond. So yeah, if you're thinking about it, stop thinking about it and just do it. Because like Niraj said, the best time is now. It is one of those, you'll wish that you did it before. So just bite the bullet. It was the best thing that I've ever done. And like everybody else, I've met so many people along the way, so many people that inspire me as well to do kind of more and bigger and better. And your life just changes. Like the magic that happens is, well, I'd say it's insane, but it's not, is it? We've all got the magic within us, and SOMA Breath just helps us unlock that magic even more. So yeah, when I start my conversations with people that come to me to try it for the first time, I have to stop myself from rabbiting on about it because otherwise I'd talk about it for hours and then there'd be less time to do it. So I always try and put it in a little nutshell and then say, right, let's just give it a go. And then we'll talk about it afterwards, because then they all go, oh yeah, I get why you're so passionate about it.
I love it.
I'm just sharing some photos from Laura's recent, and yeah, this is in the UK, right?
Yeah.
So anyone who thinks that in the UK you can't do all of this stuff outside because of the weather and all of that rubbish, right? Look at what totally. Laura's, yeah, it's amazing.
Cool.
Thank you so much. That's so good. Thank you to all the instructors. I couldn't choose, so I thought we'd just put you all on together. Nice. I think that was really nice. And just one question from, I think it's Aitana. I don't know if you're on the screen. She was asking about SOMA Breath in schools, because there was a big interest. I think it was a year ago. We called people together to ask if, we should do something with schools, but it's such a huge project, right? Because we're so big and so international, and legislation is different in all the different countries. So it's just thinking about how to pull this together. But have you what are your plans with SOMA Breath and children and
So
schools?
the thing with SOMA Breath is we have lots of different instructors with their own specialist knowledge, other fields. So the idea is that we've got a framework that you can plug into whatever your expertise is. So if you're really good with teaching children and you work in a school environment, you can, construct a program, your own program for the children. And then that's your program, that's your niche, right? So that's the whole point of this, is like we have lots of different instructors with many different styles and approaches. So I'm not just replicating me, I'm trying to get everybody to have their own way of reaching their own audiences. That's the only way we're going to spread. So I'd rather that the people with, and we're doing this with some instructors, like creating some specialist programs that reaches a large demographic. So if you have a expertise and you have an idea and you want us to help you construct something, we can. But we do have instructors already doing their own programs for their specialist areas already, so you're very free to do that too. There you go.
I'm just checking if there's any questions that we've missed. How long is the training before we can breathe with a client the first time? And is the certification international?
So the first training you can do within a month. Some people do it within a week. It's like the idea is that we get you out there doing group classes using our basic technique as soon as possible. That's how you really learn, right? Throw yourself into it, not just by sitting in front of a computer. So some people do it within a week, some people within a month, some people don't ever do it, right? There's people who don't even open the box, right? Which is so strange, but it does happen. So it's really down to you, how much effort you put in. Is the certification international? Yes, it is. It's international. And yeah, that's it.
I'm definitely terrified, but excited too. That's the good feeling, right? That's a good feeling to have. Breath matters. It creates healthy cellular networks. I love that, Tammy. I think we've covered everybody's questions, just looking through. But as you know, you just send your questions in on Facebook. You can write to support@somabreath.com as well. If you have questions on the training, book your discovery call before the 24th of September so that you can lock in the current prices. Okay, so make sure you get on that call. And the replay of this will go straight into the SOMA Breath membership, and we will leave it up on YouTube for a little while as well for anyone who's not part of the community yet but are considering becoming an instructor. Christine just says, I have to go soon, but I wanted to share that today in 5 therapy sessions, I used the 11-minute bliss tune with individual voiceover meditation for different purposes. Post-COVID, anxiety, depression, it is totally amazing, and I'm getting better and better to explain the science, and people love it. So we have a whole library. When you become an instructor, you get access to this music library, and with counting sounds, with breathing sounds, with guidance. You can add your own voice over it once you pass the test, and then you create your own. Look at Christine, right? She's adapted it in 5 different sessions using the same track. So she'd have had different guidance for the 5 different situations, and everybody liked it. So it really is such an integral course, which is just getting better and better, which is why we're hitting pause whilst we do a reset and transform it. Hey, we're all going on a transformational journey. The course had to do it at some time, right? And it's the course's turn. So Niraj, is there anything else you'd like to say before we go?
No, I think we covered a lot of ground there, and yeah, look out for soon. We'll be also launching the app. We're just finishing it off, and I look forward to connecting deeper, because the transformational coaching training will be with much smaller. We'll have limited spots every year. There'll be only so many I can take in. It'll be like done more of a, in terms of a cohort. So you all start together as a group, and the idea is you'll go through at the same pace. Yeah. So it's really for people who want to go really fully in and become full-on transformational coaches. All right.
Lisa's asking, is the short breath Niraj mentioned to let go in the membership? The short breath to let go? Lisa, wasn't sure what you're talking about. Which one? I thought you were talking about bliss breath because that is in the membership and that's 11 minutes long.
Sorry, I should have just dug through the membership. But in part of the beginning of here today, he mentioned something about there was like a 10 or 15 minute that was kind of like resetting it. I remember being very excited about it, but I didn't catch what it was. I can watch the replay.
You have the replay, exactly. We'll go back to the...
Thank you for your time.
Well, maybe the humming track, which we did right at the start. So yeah, just watch the beginning of the session.
And also our amazing, just to show how well the training is, received, and we have filled up spots to our Denver retreat, the Ibiza retreat. They're all sold out, Niraj. I don't know if you're aware of that. Both of them are already sold out. So London, we have a London training coming up in November 24th and 26th, and then a Mexico Breath Fit. I think I saw Claudia in the room. She will be leading it with Paulina. Breath Fit 23rd to 27th of November. So I'm giving you the links for the retreats as well. But the most important one, if you want to become an instructor, there's nothing stopping you from checking out the link. Just copy it before I close the room and take a look, book your call, have the call with the instructor, and then make your decision. Right? But join us before the prices go up.
Quite important question. When will the new transformational cohort start? It will start in the new year. That's the plan.
Okay.
We're going to be closing it down once we reached our limit. It went off this promotion we're doing. And then we will aim to start it in the new year, the cohort. And it'll be like roughly all in all a 12-month program.
Amazing. And that really gets people through it, right? From start to finish together. So accountable for one another. So I think we should end with Tammy's storytelling. She's always got some powerful words. Thank you, Niraj. SOMA Breath is making a difference in ways that have an echo of pure love for everyone. Love is inside out.
Yes,
beautiful. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Replay will go into the membership and we'll leave it up for inside YouTube as well, on YouTube for a while. Thank you so much, Niraj, for your time.
Oh, wait. Just so there's no confusion. That will be the transformational coaching component of the course. So actually, if you do the transformational coaching course, you'll go through the level 1 and 2 as you normally do with the mentors online, which you could start any time. Once you finish level 1 and 2, from 3 onwards, which is all of the rest of the training, you'll join my cohort, which I'll be doing in groups when that cohort launches. So yes, we'll figure out all the timings and everything based on how many people we get in this time round. And then we'll figure it all out for next year.
I'll just drop a link. I was just looking for this. I'm dropping a link because we have a video of Niraj actually explaining the course, which I know some people prefer to listen rather than read something. So if you want to copy that link, it's on our Facebook page. It's a public account.
But lady,
that, then you can actually hear him.
Also important question, should we put a pause on starting our case studies? So existing transformational coaches, just keep going through it as you are. Don't stop anything, right? You're going to be getting a lot more bonus training with me, but keep going through it as normal. Don't change anything. All right? All the ones who are doing the transformation coaching right now. All right?
Yeah, nothing changes in that aspect. Okay, just continue. This is something new that's starting, and so you guys continue as you are. Okay, yeah. Any more questions? Just, I'm in Facebook, just ask me and I can pass them on to Niraj or whoever from the core team who can answer the question. Okay, no problems. All right, is that it, Niraj?
Yeah, I think we're, so if you see, somebody asked if we see 3 A, B, C, D, so they're the different modules from level 3. You're in the transformational coaching course, just to be clear, as Sarah just asked. So yeah, you're in. All right. All right.
Okay, cool. I think that's it. That's a good roundup for today. It's an amazing session today. Really nice to hear your explanation, receive the questions, answer them, and to listen to all our instructors as well. It was nice seeing you all together on the screen as well. So that was great. So thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Niraj. Thank you all for your time. Thank you to everybody on YouTube. We will drop the links in YouTube that some people are asking for as well in a second.
Awesome.
Take care. Bye.